Shocking mysteries in Peppa Pig that can't be uncovered. 1. The house on a hill. Peppa's world is defined by impossibly steep slopes that make even the most casual stroll look like a mountaineering expedition. Imagine Peppa's front door opening onto a nearly vertical incline. Dragging a tricycle up that hill would qualify you for the Iron Pig Triathlon. And it's not just her home. The playgroup sits atop its own gravity-defying peak. Mr. Bull's digger is forever teetering on an incline, and Mummy Pig's fire engine would need turbine boosters to climb to the rescue. Why such terrain? On one hand, it's a charming nod to toddler art. Kids draw shapes and hills with abandon, then slather on bright colors without worrying about real-world physics. On the other hand, if you tried to live there, you'd need crampons for puddles jumping and harnesses for snack time. Flood defense? Sure, water would gush down like Niagara, assuming you could even get the hose up there in the first place. Fantasy geography? Absolutely. It's as if Peppa's brain spilled onto the page, unfiltered by gravity or common sense. No episode ever pauses to explain why the whole town graduated top of the Extreme Hill Climbing Academy. Instead, we nod, giggle, and accept that in Peppatopia, every day is leg day, and every muddy puddle has a side of cardio. 2. Miss Rabbit's infinite hustle. Miss Rabbit is Peppa Pig's one-rabbit gig economy, and she's clocking more hours than a caffeinated superhero. She is juggling bus routes, train schedules, helicopter takeoffs, ice cream melts, supermarket checkouts, recycling runs, museum tours, ferry crossings, fire alarm tests, and that's just before lunch. She hops from cockpit to checkout like an unstoppable velveteen Energizer bunny. Need a taxi? She's your driver. Craving a scoop of strawberry swirl? She's serving it. Flood emergency? She'll land the chopper. It's the kind of hustle that makes real-world rideshare drivers weep into their steering wheels and probably fuels 1,000 Reddit threads about how she even finds time to. Is this a sly jab at our own on-demand culture, where one person's side gig becomes a terrifying full-time grind? Or did the show's producers simply realize it's easier to stick with one rabbit voice actor than hire 50? Either way, Miss Rabbit's stamina is never questioned on screen. She naps 0 times, takes 0 vacations, and has 0 downtime, yet always shows up with a sunny hello and a brand new uniform. If Miss Rabbit ever decided to unionize, Peppatown would grind to a halt. No buses, no ice cream, no fun at all. Just a single pink bunny on strike, sipping carrot juice and demanding healthcare. And honestly, we'd back her. 3rd, mammals versus non-mammals. Slavery. Peppa Pig's world draws a hard line between mammals, who stroll upright, don snazzy outfits, and hold down jobs, and non-mammals, who are stuck as background wildlife or family pets. Ducks paddle around, quacking in a pond. Polly the parrot squawks 1 or 2 words in a cage, and Tiddles the tortoise acts more like a cat than a reptile. All while Peppa and her pals breeze through town in cars and airplanes. It feels oddly dystopian. Like, sure, it's a show for toddlers, but when you look closely, the animal kingdom seems divided into rulers and the ruled. Mammals wear hats and pay taxes. Birds and reptiles are either petted, laughed at, or eaten. Yes, we've seen ham on the table, and we're not okay. It's like Orwell's Animal Farm, but cuter and with more muddy puddles. Some fans argue that this entire universe is what happens after humans vanish. Mammals evolve to fill the power vacuum and immediately start building playgrounds and pushing ducks to the margins. And nobody talks about it. Nobody questions why Tiddles gets stuck in a tree like a kitten while Daddy Pig rides helicopters. In Peppatopia, if you've got fur, you're first class. If you've got feathers or scales, good luck. 4. Mummy Pig's Bikini Mystery. Mummy Pig's choice of a sleek 2-cup bikini in episodes like Swimming and Water Park is as puzzling as a zebra in a pigsty. Real sows can sprout up to 14 teats, enough to feed a small army of piglets, yet our sun-loving cartoon matriarch sports the minimalist design of a beachfront influencer. Either the animators gave her a radical anatomical makeover, maybe pig physiology got a glam squad glow-up, or they simply shrugged off biological accuracy in favor of a wink-and-nod gag. This deliberate mismatch feels like insider humor. The show doesn't even pause for characters to gasp, hey, where'd the other 12 nipples go? It's as if Peppa Pig's world has its own fashion laws where form triumphs over farm facts. Perhaps the creators thought toddlers wouldn't notice the missing dots, and they probably didn't. But eagle-eyed parents can't help spotting the odd skimpy swine swimsuit. Alternatively, Mummy Pig's bikini could symbolize the show's refusal to take itself too seriously. It reminds us that cartoon logic often dances on the head of a pin. So long as it looks cute, anything goes. After all, in a universe where pigs fly helicopters and rabbits hold down 50 jobs, one missing teat here or there barely raises a snout. 5. Uniform animal sizes. Peppa Pig's world laughs in the face of real-world zoology by making elephants, pigs, rabbits, and hamsters all fit neatly into the same tiny height brackets: baby, toddler, child, adult, despite the fact that in nature, an adult elephant would crush your car. It's like a theme park ride where everyone gets the same seatbelt, whether you're a mammoth or a mouse. Imagine baby Emily Elephant waddling around in her stroller next to baby Susie Sheep, both exactly 3 head lengths tall. Or picture Rebecca Rabbit hopping alongside Pedro Pony as preschoolers, matching each other step for step. No one seems to question that Madame Gazelle could teach both tiny Freddie Fox and gigantic Gerald Giraffe in the same cramped classroom without even adjusting her chalkboard. Some fans jokingly propose that a nuclear meltdown wiped out humanity and irradiated all survivors into cozy, cartoon-sized critters. Others chalk it up to pure cartoon convenience, one height chart for every species, so animators don't need to redraw door frames or rewrite dialogue about how do you even reach that. Either way, it creates a surreal scene. A hamster and a hippo sharing a teacup ride like lifelong besties. In Peppatopia, scale is purely in the imagination. So whether you're big, small, or somewhere in between, as long as you can say oink or bah, you're exactly the right height to join the fun. 6. The Vanishing Grandparents. Peppa and George cheerfully visit Grandma and Grandpa Pig's cozy bungalow every week, but you'll search far and wide before you spot a single mention of Daddy Pig's folks. It's like they've vanished into thin air or been politely edited out of the family photo. No birthday cards from Grandpa Pig Jr., no Auntie Pig reunions, not even a cameo on Grandparents' Day at Playgroup. Nada. So what gives? One camp of fans jokes that Daddy Pig's parents were so hilariously inept at map reading that they got lost forever on a countryside jaunt. Another theory spins darker web. Maybe they were disowned for failing to invent a new bridge design, or worse, fell into Peppa's fabled vertical hill and never made it back up. Some even whisper of a secret pig family feud. Grandpa Pig Sr. was banished for hogging too many sausages at Sunday lunch. Of course, it could be nothing more than a storytelling shortcut, cutting extra characters to keep those 5-minute episodes zippy. But let's be honest, there's something deliciously mysterious about an entire ancestral line erased without a whiff of an explanation. Next time Peppa and George bounce merrily to Grandma's, spare a thought for the missing pig grandparents. Wherever they are, they're surely rolling their eyes at this muddy puddle mystery. 7. The playgroup. Peppa's playgroup feels less like preschool and more like a merry-go-round that never stops. 4-year-old Peppa trotting off each morning, 18-month-old George toddling behind her, yet somehow they always end up in the exact same circle of finger paints, storytime songs, and muddy puddle breaks. Day in, day out, it's stand in line, wash your hands, sing Twinkle Twinkle, and then somehow we're back at stand in line again. Is this adorable repetition a clever preschool curriculum or a cosmic prank? Imagine if you hit pause on your life at age 4, forced to retake finger painting forever. No progress, no graduation, just endless repetition. Maybe Daddy Pig is tinkering with a time machine under the sofa, or maybe the playgroup exists in a time warp where every Tuesday is Tuesday, always, eternally. Each episode teases progress. Peppa tries a new activity, George toddles a few more steps, but by the closing credits, everyone's reset. Peppa never masters tying her boots, George never outgrows dinosaur, and the teachers never branch out from circle time. It's like Groundhog Day for tots. minus Bill Murray's charm. So tune in tomorrow, which is the same as today, grab your crayons, and get ready to sing Twinkle Twinkle all over again. Just don't expect a diploma. This playgroup is the gift that keeps on giving or taking, depending how you look at it. 8. The Secret Cult of Mr. Potato. Peppa's World introduces Mr. Potato as the cheeriest root vegetable you'll ever meet, dispensing health tips like eat your greens and starring in every kid's TV segment. But peel back the tater skin and you'll find whispers of a clandestine tuber cult pulling the puppet strings of Peppa Town. Imagine a secret ceremony where villagers chant boil, mash, or roast in hushed tones, offering up crates of carrots at dawn, while Mr. Potato watches from his ironic throne of salad bowls. Miss Rabbit, with her endless side gigs, doubles as the cult's high priestess, organizing harvest festivals and ensuring every mammal in town tunes in to the nightly Spud sermon. Meanwhile, adults lose their real names, Mummy, Daddy, Granny, in favor of titles that reinforce loyalty, Spud Friend, Mashmate, Fry Fan. It's indoctrination by nomenclature. Between the smiling potato face and its burst of vitamin D-style propaganda, nobody bats an eye until you notice the tinfoil hats in the lost and found box. Are those leftovers from a school science project or discarded cult regalia? Next time Peppa and friends belt out Polly Potato We Love You during snack time, ask yourself, is this just preschool fluff? Or is an all-powerful tuber truly reigning supreme behind those cartoon eyes? 9. The Case of the Nameless Adults. Peppa Pig's world is curiously devoid of adult identities beyond their roles. There are no names like Alice or Bob, only Mummy, Daddy, Grandpa Pig, Mrs. Cow, and Miss Rabbit. It's as if every grown-up surrendered their personal signature the moment they stepped into a pair of wellies. On one hand, this could simply mirror Peppa's toddler perspective. Why bother remembering complicated names when Mummy and Daddy do the job? From her pint-sized vantage point, adults blur into loving functions. They cook, they drive, they teach, they tuck you in. Giving them formal names might feel cluttered in a preschooler's brain, yet the show never breaks this pattern. Even when characters mention extended family or refer to friends' parents, they stick with titles. Could this be a sly, creative shortcut? No need to wrangle voice actors for 50 different adult names. Or is it a deliberate nod to anonymity and control in a pastel dystopia? Stripping characters of personal names flattens them into archetypes, emphasizing what they do over who they are. In this light, Peppatopia starts to feel a touch Orwellian, your identity reduced to your job title, your face known, but your name forgotten. Next time you hear Miss Rabbit, Mummy Pig, or Daddy Pig, spare a thought for the missing names, because in this world, a name really might be just a whisper lost in a muddy puddle.